My name is Cassie from Stitches and More. I started the YouTube channel here a few weeks or so ago. I was like really hesitant to because it's like, gosh, I'm an older female here. Is this going to even work? And I thought, well, if it doesn't, that's okay. You know, we're just going to have fun with this and see what happens. So anyways, I used to crochet in the 80s for a time, for a short time actually, I think. And one of the things I made during that time was a rose afghan with like a pillow or two matching, which I gave to my son. He was the older of my two children, so I gave it to him. And then I made a bunch of zigzag afghans that people wanted. They were kind of popular during that time, so I made a bunch of those. So, but this time with my crocheting, when I did start again, I started practicing granny squares and just a few things to get back into practice of doing that. And then I decided to make my daughter a rose afghan. I didn't have the same pattern, so I just kind of made her one from this and that. So that she has that now, and I was so glad to, get that accomplished because it's something I wanted to make her too, but then when I quit, during that time, she didn't get one. Took me a while to do it, but I finally got it to her. But anyhow, also before I started crocheting this last time, my daughter and I talked about crocheting, I think, if I remember right. And then also I started watching a YouTube channel with crocheting. And I wasn't even really crocheting, but the bug kind of hit me again after a few months. And so I started crocheting again. And the name of the person in the channel, for the first channel I watched ever was Mama Kayla. And I know a lot of you know her because I see all the comments and stuff. I don't know if she knows, I hope she does, but she's really helped a lot of people out, emotionally and such like that. So, and probably other ways too, that I don't even know about, but I know she teaches classes with kids now and stuff like that. But she's really helped a lot of people out. In fact, I was just watching a video of hers and I had to shut it off. She's making her own hat right now, and she was making sure something about she got the stitches tight or something like that. I'll have to catch that video again when I get done here. But anyhow, so I started watching her channel and I picked up the crocheting and did my daughter the afghan, the rose afghan. So I wrote me few notes down here so that I didn't, I wouldn't get stuck, hopefully, if I need to look at some notes. Anyhow, after I started crocheting for a while though, I had a sister that passed away. It devastated me. Her and I got along so well, and we lived, far apart, but we talked all the time on the phone or through FaceTime or whatever it was we talked on there. We did that, and it was really hard. But anyhow, the crocheting, that's something that helped me through that time. I was so glad that I had picked it up because, boy, I don't know if I would have made it without the crocheting, so that just kind of kept me going. So during that time, then I was watching Mama Kayla still, and she made amigurumis, which, like, wow, I had never made those before, and it's like, I really want to be able to do that. So I tried, and it didn't really go too well. I've got parts of this one and parts of that one. Like here, I'll show you this one right here. This isn't really too bad right here. The head. We're gonna be the caterpillar. Though it might be stuffed too much. I'm not sure. But then parts of this didn't turn out so well. And that's just not quite right, not long enough and such. Anyhow, I put it aside. And I got lots of different parts of different animals there. I can show you sometime maybe. So I made that. So I kind of give that up for a while, the amigurumis, and did blankets for people, just to give them to different people and family or whatever. But then I made this. And this, well, it didn't turn out too bad. Not really too bad. And the pattern book here, I'll show you that. I got that pattern. It's from Crochet Cute Critters. And oh, I found this, I learned about this book from Mama Kayla, by the way. And that is the jellyfish, which, you know, it kind of looks pretty okay, you know, not bad. And not bad for my first one. But I decided, you know, just recently to make another one to see how we would do. So this is the one I just made not too long ago. It's a little bit more colorful, and I love the eyes. And I like the little bit bigger eyes there. And so this is the two together. So anyhow, I have fun, and I like this one the best, I have to tell you. But this is okay, but I like this one the best. Oh, and really quick, like I have sitting here, I wanted to show you. I don't have many of the things I crocheted from a long time ago, but I do have this. I made my mom, who's no longer here. This is a pillow without the pillow in it. Just the cover and the ruffles. And so I was so proud of this when I first made it. It took me a lot of work to do this. And at that time, all we had was books. So it was a little bit harder for me to learn crocheting at that time than it is now. Now with YouTube, I can learn so much stuff, and it's so much easier. So I made that. Okay, and then after, though, you know, during the time, I'll go back just a little bit. Sorry about this. I'm kind of new with this, so, but my daughter became sick last July, so I didn't crochet again for a period of time. Just not because I really didn't want to, but I was kind of busy. I was helping with grandchildren, and my son-in-law, we were kind of taking turns going back and forth to the hospital. She was gone for a few months. She had transverse myelitis. I'll write that in the description below if anybody wants to look that up. There's a lot to that. So anyhow, it's been probably since end of January, February, I started crocheting more again this year. So I'm into that. So anyhow, and I'll show you some other things I made. I got a little bit here. This right here is a little mushroom that I made. And I got that from, it's right here. I crocheted these, though they use felt. I didn't have any felt, so it's right here. The book is. So that's where I got this pattern from. I think he ain't quite turning, so I'm kind of still new, so it's not all turning out, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect anyhow, but I like to be pretty nice, but you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, that's for sure. But I made that, and that's really cute. And then I made some other things. Another thing Mama Kayla made, and I think I'll have to find the pattern name for this too, though I don't have that with me. As something I want to make so bad, and I couldn't at the time. But somebody had asked her if she would make this right here that I have in my hand. You can see the top of. Somebody asked her if she would make this, and she did, and it was so cool. And it's like, I gotta make one of these. So I actually bought the pattern too, and it's like, okay, someday I'm gonna make it, you know. And I did not long ago, though there's things I can do different on it, but you know, it was one of my first ones I started making again, and it's this turtle. And it turned out fairly well, and I was really surprised. I didn't put the circles on the head, and I might do that at some time, or make another one, I'm not sure. But I happen to love turtles, and I thought, oh, just this guy's just so cute. So anyhow, so I made that too. So, oh, and with the jellyfish that I made recently, honestly, I just used this Red Heart Super Saver yarn. It's 100% acrylic, and there's 482 yards in this, and 440 meters. So I was using that for that, and I'm also using this for another project too I'm doing right now, which I'll tell you about right now. Okay, this is from, what I'm going to show you now is from, it's from Laura at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. I just love her channel too, by the way. She is she did a tutorial for a scrap rug. It's like, oh, I want to make one, but the only thing is I don't have a lot of scrap yarn. You know, I haven't made enough projects to have tons of scrap yarn, so but well, there's nothing that's stopping me. I can just make it and use, you know, skein of yarn that I like. So this right here is what I'm also using for the scrap rug. So anyhow, this is how far I am on it right now. So, and what she does though with hers, she knots actually, and it just kind of weaves in. But she does a really good knot, which I have actually learned that knot too just recently because of her. But because I'm not going to have as many though, I'm just going to weave those in, I think. So I love this, and it's double-stranded. It's so pretty. And I'm using 1 strand of cotton. And that's how much I had that. I really wanted to buy one of those big cones, but I went to Walmart and they didn't have that. So I am using Peaches and Cream. That's just a small one. That's medium 4. Let's see, and that is 2.5 ounces or 70.9 grams. Yeah, so those are kind of the things I'm working on. And also I did forget to bring in the blanket that I was working on for my first video that's seen. I have worked on that. It's not lots done, but a nice amount done, you know, which is good. So, but anyways, I wanted to come on here and just show you my things. And I'm tickled to death to be here. I'm tickled to death that I'm getting subscribers. I really like this, and the people in the community are so supportive. Excuse me, sorry about that. I'm getting tongue twisted here, but everybody's just so caring, you know, and I just so appreciate that. And so anyhow, I hope you all have a good day, and we will catch you another time.